Clayton Lubier, who earlier tonight had a great chance to pick up his first career win, was in position to still pick up his career best finish, but had an unfortunate incident, had some contact with another driver, and thus did not finish the race near the front. I believe he was the last car on the lead lap. Dave Cameron, again, I can't believe, I mean, the highest of highs, the lowest of lows for this driver tonight. From not being able to control it in practice to having this kind of drive in the first race. He's going to the inside, he wants the lead. Cameron had problems, contact between himself and Lubier. Clayton Lubier in the number 6. Will fall back to third spot. Ryan Phillips has passed a lot of cars. Here early on, he's up inside the top 5. Don't count out Lubier yet. One driver kicking up some dust. That would be Ray Letelier in the 24. Clayton down the backstretch, still in contention for the win, and still in a place where he would score his career best finish if he were to finish where he is right now. His best finish of 4. A few times he has 2 fourth-place finishes. He's going to have to hold off the guy who's coming from the back. Number 84. Undefeated this year, and folks, that's why. 2 cars on 1 straightaway. Here comes Matt Dow. Dow trying to three-peat. He gets by Dinsmore, now sets his sights on Clayton Lubier. Meanwhile, Brian Graffham's done a great job of holding onto the back bumper of Dave Cameron. The 2 and the 64, enter turn number 3, single file. Then there's Lubier, then there's Dow, side by side for 5th. Here comes Ryan Phillips to the outside. Phillips makes quick time of the 29 of Dinsmore, puts him back a spot and put the young Phillips up into the top 5. And Pierce to 6th. And Ed Connolly continuing to show that he will be a force to be reckoned with this year in the points championship. After a disastrous start to the night, he is not only in the race, but passing cars on his way to the top 5. Number 1 on the outside of Pierce for spot number 7. Dave Cameron loose handling, developing again in the number 2. It's happened a number of times tonight under a pressure situation. And he goes side by side for the lead with Matt Dow. No contest down the backstretch. Dow gets right by him. Doesn't know. He probably could have closed and run the inside line, but that did not. That's not what he wanted to do. 84, Matt Dow stays about 2, 3, make that now 4. Carlings opens it up nice over the 2 of Dave Cameron. So they fight it out for second. 4 drivers all vying for it. This time by 10 down, 10 to go. Brian Graffham on the back bumper of Dave Cameron. Then it's Lubier. And Graffham rights softly into the wall. Clayton Lubier continues on his way, but Ryan Phillips gets by both of them, and the yellow flag flies. So Graffham didn't look like he had took a hard hit into the outside wall, but just can't get the car refired. Tough break for the 64.
Battery's gonna die in less than a minute.
84, Matt Dow from the back of the pack again. He's trying to win his 2nd race tonight, 3rd of the season, which would make him probably obviously the point leader. When the points do become official. By the way, they do become official when you go to beechridge.com. While you're at beechridge.com, make sure you sign up for the text club. Of course, we've had a couple of weekends where the weather has been iffy, unfortunately. Both times we've been able to pull through for the most part. Actually, we've been able to pull all the way through. We just had to run a double feature for the Roadrunners tonight. But be part of the text club instead of dialing, which you still can, dial the Speedway phone over and over again. You'll get the busy signal, because a lot of people still use it. But how about not having to wait around all late morning, early afternoon to hear if you're actually going to be able to go racing that night? Well, if the race is actually called, the Beech Ridge Text Club will copy text and tell you as much. Also become part of the email club. Sent out an email blast earlier this week about some of the tributes that we were going to be doing tonight. So all the pertinent information, we don't sell your email address to third parties or anything like that. We just send you the stuff that we think you really would like to know that goes on here at the racetrack. That's beechridge.com, updated point standings. Of course, some nice mobility pictures on the homepage of that these days. Text Club. Check out 60 Seconds with at the Ridge. And if you've had a friend that just, you can talk to them about Beech Ridge and they haven't been able to come out yet, I suggest all you do is just share the video, 60 Seconds at the Ridge, with that person. That video is pretty awesome. It's hard for me to believe they wouldn't want to come out after seeing that video. They've done a really good job putting that together. Caution lights out on the racetrack, lights out on the pace car. We're set to go. 10 down, 10 to go, and look who's back. It's Brian Graffam. Last seen kissing the tires on the front stretch about 2 minutes ago. Pace car off of pit road. Matt Dow, Dave Cameron set for the showdown. And look at the head of speed that 64 has. Hopefully he doesn't pass anybody before the drop of the green flag or before the start-finish line. 84, Matt Dow jumps out to the lead, but look at the side-by-side battle for second. Here comes Ryan Phillips to the inside. Phillips low on Cameron and Ed Connolly. What a comeback from Connolly in the number one. 3 wide. Connolly won second.
Go Ed!
What a night it's been for the number one. Trying to protect his point lead. And it's hard to do when the guy in front of you has gone undefeated this year. And is well on his way to his third win in as many starts. Ed Connolly runs in second. And if he loses his point lead after this weekend, it will not be by much. As a matter of fact, the top two will pull away nicely from third place. Cameron hanging in there as well. Leads a fender upon Ryan. Ryan hangs on. The two make contact again in turn number one. Phillips gets crossed up. Here comes Lumiere diving down to the inside. 3 wide off of 2. And they rub again. Well, that was a little bit more than a rub. Clayton Lumiere chattering now as he runs over the speed bumps, and they're somehow 4 wide staying straight. And, well, Ray Letelier passed about 6 cars in that one lap. Ray Letelier playing the smart game, is now going after the number 2 of Dave Cameron for third spot. Top 2, I'll tell you, Ed Connolly is running that down. Dow is not out of the woods yet. Connolly wants the championship and knows that this is going to be his toughest competitor. Of course, they're both trying to break Sean Brackett's 3-year hold on the Roadrunner Championship, and Connolly again closing in on Matt Dow. He still has time to do this. And while we watch the top 2 run nose to tail further up back, they're still scrambling. Brian Graffam and Clayton Lumiere. It ain't easy being green. Especially if you're Lumiere or Graffam tonight. 6 pulls ahead of the 64, and let's see what happens in turn number 1. Well, they lean on each other, just close quarters racing right there. This time by 2 laps to go. Connolly has narrowed it down to about 4 car lengths behind the 84. And no matter what happens tonight, again, Connolly and the Vostok group deserve an attaboy for getting the 1 onto the racetrack, keeping the 1 on the racetrack. Not necessarily just getting it back, but I don't think it really missed more than a lap or 2. White flag out. Matt Dow trying to go 3 for 3 this year. Ed Connolly saw on the wheel trying to close in. Long way back to Ray Letelier. Dave Cameron 4th. And Brian Graffam down to the inside of Downey Dinsmore for the 5th position. They run nose to side by side off of turn number 2. Speaking of nose to tail, Connolly closes it down to 2 car lengths, but it's not enough. Matt Dow, 3 for 3. Ed Connolly 2nd. Ray Letelier 3rd. 4th to Dave Cameron. Brian Graffam. I don't know what happened. That was close between the 2 and the 64, but the 29 of Dinsmore finishes next, and a wild finish. 64 of Brian Graffam by inches over Dave Cameron at the line. So a nice late race rally for that driver.
I don't understand.
And round of applause for the 3rd time and 2nd time tonight in Pepsi Victory Lane. That is Matt Dow.